Hayflick Limit. Why can humans only live up to 125 years? The Hayflick Limit is a biomedical theory that demonstrates why the human body cannot live longer than 125 years old. While manuscripts from different cultures with a long history have taught us that humans are not immortal, our ancestors once lived for hundreds of years. We are human, we will age, but our cells do not. Humanity has looked to different religions, cultures, and historical sources to understand more about why we age. Science at that time still did not really understand it, so it was not possible to give a reason behind the natural aging process. Until 1961, when a biomedical expert, Leonard Hayflick, made a discovery that changed the world of medicine forever. Who is Leonard Hayflick? Leonard Hayflick was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on May 20, 1928. His parents, Edna Hayflick and Nathan Hayflick, both worked in the medical field, a factor in Hayflick's passion for medicine, science and biomedicine. What really motivated him to become a scientist in the medical field was that on his 9th birthday, Hayflick's uncle brought him a chemistry set as a birthday gift. In his teens, Hayflick's parents built him a small biology and chemistry laboratory in the basement of their house. When he started school at John Bartram High School in Philadelphia, Hayflick showed such a deep understanding of chemistry that he could correct his chemistry teacher's mistakes. Hayflick is said to have begun studying at the University of Pennsylvania in 1946, but he postponed his studies for military service. Upon his return in 1948, he returned to continue his studies. After graduating in 1951, he was hired as a research assistant in bacteriology. Although the job was good, he loved the environment inside the University of Pennsylvania, which is why he returned there to study and earn his master's degree. Upon graduation, he won a doctoral scholarship from the school in its program in medical microbiology and chemistry. He received his doctorate in 1956. An accidental discovery. At the Wista Institute in 1958, Hayflick began researching whether viruses could cause cancer in humans. That's why he decided to extract viruses believed to cause cancer and place them in healthy human cells to find evidence for confirmation. To make the research unbiased, he had to use many samples, which meant growing more cells. Working in cell cultures, Hayflick noticed something unusual. A group of older cells stopped dividing, and he didn't understand why that was happening. The cells do not die as they continue to metabolize, but they will no longer divide. After looking at other cultured cells, he found that most of them would stop dividing about 50 times the cell population doubled. According to previous understanding, all our cells continuously divide, which is a process that cannot be stopped. However, with this experiment, Hayflick discovered that after each division, the telomeres that can be found at the end of each chromosome become shorter and shorter, and when they reach the limit, the cells stop dividing. Divide. Until that time, scientists believed that the natural aging process was related to the origin of life, which to this day we still cannot understand or comprehend. When he discovered this about cells, Hayflick stopped researching cancer cells and focused on the field that is now known as gerontology, the study of the aging process. During 2 years of research, he discovered that cellular aging is related to the age of the human body, and that is why we only live to be about 125 years old. His paper was published in 1961 under the title, Serial Culture of Human Diploid Cell Strains. In another study conducted, he looked at cells collected from different parts of the body as well as compared cells collected from adults and fetuses. The results showed that the cells would divide approximately 40 to a maximum of 60 times before stopping. Once they stop, they degenerate and die. The same applies to humans when they reach old age, and this is what causes natural death. The body degenerates, and therefore over time we die. This theory is described very elaborately in his paper, where he mentions that the length of telomeres presented in different cells can take more or less time to shorten to the point where cell division stops. Planing. The scientific meaning behind the discovery. Some cells only divide 40 times before they stop because of the length of telomeres, which also proves that each DNA has its own unique properties. This means that the reason why some people age faster than others is all down to genes. When compared to a person's age, when cells divide for the 60th time, it means that person is 125 years old, and therefore, if they have longer telomeres in their genes, then they will have a longer theoretical lifespan. A cell can complete mitosis, or cell replication and division, only 40 to 60 times before undergoing apoptosis and subsequent death. Since our bodies are made up only of cells, this would explain why death from old age is a given. Additionally, the paper shows that with each cell replication and division, the cell itself becomes more fragile, weaker, and less effective at mitosis. Above we can see the research done by Hayflick in 1961, where he tried to see how many times a cell could duplicate and divide during cell culture. When the 50th mitosis is completed, the cell will begin the apoptosis process there and gradually die. This is a perfect representation of the human aging process. Over time as we age, our body weakens, so do all the senses such as sight, hearing, and most importantly, the wound healing process slows down as the cells take time to heal. More time to regenerate. Over time, things will get slower and more difficult.